Om Shanti. This is the Avyakt Murli of 25th of May, 1973, and the title is The Future Plan. Do you consider yourselves to be world transformers and world benefactors? While considering yourselves to be the one who give the message to every soul of the world, do you ever calculate to what extent you have been able to give the message to the world? Are you making new plans for the places where you still have to carry out the task of giving the message? One always thinks of plans for one's own duty and responsibility. Wherever you put the plans for giving the message, or for spreading the sound of the Father's introduction into a practical form, the main effort you make is that in whichever land or whichever place you have to give the message, you first create a stage. Then you prepare your speech, and you also adopt various means of publicizing the program through which you carry out the task of giving the message to the souls of that place. However, up to now, you have only been able to give the message to a few souls of the world with this method. You now have to give the message to the whole world in a short time. You have to introduce them to Gyan and Yoga. You have to carry out the task of giving them the recognition of the Father, and together with that, you also have to purify matter. Only then will world transformation take place. What future plans have you made in order to carry out this great task in short time? Does the blueprint of those plans enter your intellects? Is it the same form as that which you are doing now, or is it something different? Do you see in advance what that form is, or will you see it as you move along? If it is clear, then tell Baba in 2 words. Since the time is short, you also need to have short plans. They should be short but powerful. What are those 2 words? The future plans are to take practical shape on the basis of just 2 words. You have been told these 2 words before. One is to be an image of the Father practically and visibly. And secondly, to be detached observer and an image that grants vision. Unless you become these 2 images, you will not be able to transform the whole world in a short time. Just as you prepare your speech and the physical stage, in the same way, in order to put these plans into a practical form, you also have to prepare your internal stage. Just as you prepare the stage while thinking of a variety of points, in the same way, in order to grant a vision of the future through your features, you have to grant a vision of the divine activities, charitra, of the Father, His acts and His virtues, through the main senses on your face. You have to prepare these various points. You should be able to take someone beyond with a glance through the eyes. That is, through your vision, you should be able to transform the vision, attitude, consciousness, and actions of others. Give everyone a clear vision of your own form and the form of themselves. With a spiritual smile on your lips, give the experience of imperishable happiness. Through your whole face, grant them a vision of the present elevated position and the future position. With your elevated thoughts, draw away that flood of wasteful and sinful thoughts of other souls, and draw them away through your power in a short time. Transform the wasteful thoughts into powerful thoughts. Through your one turn, give desperate souls the experience of reaching their goal and the destination of their journey. What is that one turn? simply by saying Shiv Baba. They should be able to find their goal and destination. Through your every deed, that is, every divine activity, and a divine activity is not just of the Father, but the elevated deeds of every elevated soul are divine activities. Ordinary deeds are not called divine activities. So, through the divine activity of every elevated deed, reveal the image of the Father. Now, only when you give such a practical, spiritual speech will you be able to transform the world in a short time. For this, you also need a stage. What main equipment do you use for the preparation of a stage? You know this, do you not? This is the special sign of all of you. You make the whole stage white. This is the main sign or symbol of all of you. Your uniform is very well known. Whatever is the internal stage of the soul, you present that form on the external stage. You try to put all of these things on a physical stage. If you do not have the awareness of even one of these things, or if it is not the accurate form, then the sparkle of the stage does not seem so good. In the same way, when you have to give a practical speech through your stage, then for this too, you have to prepare all of these things. You need to have light. That is, you have to be in a stage of being double light. You know this, do you not? There has to be both forms of light. If someone on the stage is not light, but is very heavy and sitting down and getting up, then instead of listening to the speech, people will be distracted looking at that person. So here too, you need a double light stage. The mic should be so powerful that the sound reaches very far, very clearly. So there should be might in the mic. The moment you have one thought and give one glance, then that one thought and one glance should carry out the task of a lighthouse. Even while you are in one place, many souls should be influenced by your one thought and one divine look. You have to create such a powerful mic. So what is the mic? Thought and drishti, divine and spiritual vision. In the same way, there has to be whiteness, that is, a clean intellect that doesn't have the slightest stain on it. If there is a stain on the stage, if there isn't that whiteness, everyone's attention would be drawn to that stain against their conscious wish. Then there also has to be the decoration of the slogans. What slogans should be used as decorations for the internal stage? The internal stage and then the speech of practical thoughts, words, and deeds. What slogans do you need for such a stage? Firstly, I, the soul, am an instrument of the Almighty Authority Father for the elevated task of world benefit. This slogan should be in your consciousness. If you are not able to remember the slogan of this stage, the stage would not then seem beautiful. The slogans are of special inculcation. The second slogan is, I, the soul, am a great donor and a bestower of blessings. Give up blessings to those souls who do not have the courage to give or receive donations through the blessings that you have received from the Father, the bestower of blessings, and with cooperation of your stage. So the slogan is to be a great donor and a bestower of blessings. This is the clarification. Thirdly, I, the soul, through my divine activities, words, and thoughts, have to grant all souls a vision of the image and character of Bap Dada. In this way, also keep in your awareness the slogans that are used to make the stage beautiful. Prepare such a stage and speech. Sit on a chair on the stage, that is, sit on the chair of your original status. So the stage, speech, and status are all necessary. Then you will be able to transform the world in a short time. You know how to do this, do you not? However, you must also make sure that the stage is so very strong, unshakable, and stable that no storm or any kind of atmosphere would be able to shake it. Make such preparations for yourself. Do you have this practice? Are you ever ready and ever happy to the extent that you are able to prepare your stage in 1 second and give a practical speech according to the stage, place, and land of the souls? Do you understand? This is the future plan. To the elevated souls who constantly grant a vision of the perfect stage and the true, real status through their own stage and status to the world benefactor souls, Bab Dada's love, remembrance, and namaste. Om Shanti.